Well, it's Nick from Tiny Track Cars. Hope you enjoyed that alien abduction. Luckily, the rest of us didn't have to go through such an experience. I'm sure that grogginess will wear off. You're in good hands. All right, folks, this is the Ice Mountain Championship for the Frozen 4 Banger. I'm your host, Lone Star, and we are looking at Baby Richie, Disaster Jack, and Jim D, who earned the most points in their group rounds of the tournament. And while Baby Richie is your overall Frozen 4 Banger champion, we do have a track championship to be settled. And Crazy Koala and Darq from Darq Speed Shop, both with 16 points. They're going to have to battle it out and see who joins the other three for this track championship. Getting to the finish line first will be 5 points for the win. 4 points, just simply getting to the finish line. That's an accomplishment on this track. And 3 points, 2 points, 1 point can be earned along the way for, let's say, less performance. All right, this is Crazy Koala on the inside, Darq on the outside for lap 1 of our tiebreaker. Here we go. It is Darq in the lead. Crazy Koala will overtake and hangs on for the win. And we have got Crazy Koala picking up 5 points to kick this off. Darq will finish for 4 points. And this is going to be tight if Darq can turn it around for the second lap. He's going to have to do that to hang in here. And we'd go to a third. But this is lap 2. All we need is for a finish from one of these drivers and a crash from the other. We're going to get that crash from Crazy Koala, and Darq will limp to the line, and he is going to come away with 9 points for that win and the finish in lap 1. Crazy Koala does have the win in lap 1, but he's only going to pick up 1 point for that marker right there after crashing and not completing the course. So that is 9-6 with Darq from Darq Speed Shop joining Baby Richie, Disaster Jack, and Jim D in this track championship. There they are, gorgeous as can be. That's Jim D from Indiana Diecast Racing. Of course, Baby Richie from Puffs Racing, your overall Frozen 4 Banger champion right there. We got Disaster Jack from Disaster Diecast, and of course, Darq from Darq Speed Shop. These are your track championship contenders. 4 laps here on Ice Mountain will determine our winner. Let's say hi to Nick before we get going.
Welcome to the Banger, man. It's a shame we got here when you did, because we're going to blow this thing up in like 2 minutes.
Wait,
so,
what?
I'll meet you on the ship, all right?
Look, Nick, I'm not ready to leave yet, man. Let's stick around and defuse some explosives.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, terrible idea indeed. But these guys are going to do what they got to do to survive. All right, it's lap 1 of our track championship. Baby Richie starts off on the inside, and we are away. That is Disaster Jack and Darq break away. Baby Richie hanging on. Jim D coming in last, but that is 4 points for all these drivers. We'll see who got our win. It might have been Disaster Jack or Darq. They escaped our vision, and we're going to find out which one of those guys pulled down the win. Here's our finish cam, and that is Disaster Jack by a whisker over Darq for the win. The group coming in with 4 points for each driver. A bonus for Disaster Jack puts him in the lead after lap 1. It is lap 2 with Darq sliding over on the inside. Baby Richie, Jim D, Disaster Jack is there on the outside. This time James Ironbeer losing a lead. Darq will come through for a win. And a close finish between Jim D and Baby Richie. A 5.7 on the clock. Haven't seen anything yet to jump onto our top 4 at Ice Mountain list. This is Disaster Jack just short of the 2-point marker. So it looks like he's going to pick up 1 point here. Spins out, loses control, loses his forward progress. And while Baby Richie and Jim D get to the line, it is Darq right here with the win, picking up 5 points. Baby Richie, Jim D will pull away with 4 points. Disaster Jack, that hurts, just 1 point. And we're into lap 3. Disaster Jack on the inside. Darq, Baby Richie, Jim D on the outside. This lap, Darq and Disaster Jack running away with this one. Who's going to take this? It's tight at the line. And the other two will finish. Baby Richie and Jim D will come away with 4 points here, but it's going to be a photo finish at the line for Disaster Jack and Darq. Let's take a look at the finish cam. That is Darq for the win, and Disaster Jack barely hanging on to pick up 4 points. Almost came off track here. This is gonna get tight for lap 4.
Nick, I found this video on YouTube. I think it might help us out, man. Take some notes. Let's check it out.
Well, hey there, I can assume if you're watching this video, you're in quite a pickle, because this here is a Techmodian-made F4B23 explosive device, and just a few of these bad boys can wipe out an entire planet like a fart in a breeze. So, what you're gonna want for this job is a nice big hammer like this one here. First, you wanna locate, that's your release knob there, and you're gonna wanna get a good swing, because, you know, if you miss, it's bye-bye blue sky, you know? You don't want to hit any of that stuff. So just watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to swing back. I'm going to get that release knob real good. Should work out great.
Yeah, man, that's not gonna work. Let's go with the Red Bull. Too much Red Bull.
Well, I hope that ends well. I'd like to stick around for some rally racing this summer. Anyway, here we go. 4th and final lap. Jim D on the inside, Baby Richie on the outside. Disaster Jack holds up Jim, but it is Darq who gets away for the win, with Baby Richie close behind, followed by Jim D and a 5.1770 on the clock. An excellent track time by Darq. There is our 2-point marker in the background, and it is Disaster Jack who falls short of that marker. He'll walk away with 1 point on the final lap, but it is Darq who makes a break for the finish line. Baby Richie pushing close behind. Jim D picking up 4 points as well, along with Baby Richie. It's a tight finish, and Darq is your champion of Ice Mountain. He will join Baby Richie as the overall Frozen 4 Banger champion, determined last week, after all 8 of our groups ran here at Ice Mountain. Congratulations to these drivers. Well done.
Nick, I need your camera feed. We're gonna do the checklist. Okay, fried the explosives with Red Bull. Remote launch the ship. Let's do some random coordinates. That'll be fun. Happy trails, guys. Clear the mountain for the desert rally track. Hey, Nick, you ready for that kind of work? Oh, you gave the guys Red Bull, right? We need them to pass out.
Yeah,
How much?
a full case.
Oh, farts.
All right, well, it looks like those guys have a long journey ahead of them. Hope they land somewhere interesting next year in 2024. Thanks so much to Rust Belt Diecast Racing, 905 Diecast Racing, and of course Tiny Track Cars, who joins the Frozen 4 Banger in 2024. Hey y'all, thanks for watching, and remember, live young, diecast.